Welcome to Homebrew Magic, a video series about EDH where we do our best to build unique, fun, or just plain silly deck lists to play against each other, followed by a breakdown of how they did so we can all learn and get better at this game that we love.
I'm up. Hi, man. It's your boy Teach. Tonight I'm coming in hot. Tanazir Quandrix.
How hot is it?
My +1/+1 counters deck.
Nice.
I have played both my brand new commanders so far from Tarkir Dragonstorm, and now I'm moving on to.
It's not from Dragonstorm.
No, I've played both new commanders so far. Now I'm moving on to decks that got brand new Tarkir Dragonstorm cards in them. Starting with Tanazir Quandrix. +1/+1 countered shenanigans. Guest host Alex, what are you doing tonight?
I'm bringing a deck that's been here once before. I think it's only
Miram?
No.
Miram, we're stealing your artifacts.
Teach wasn't here when this was played,
Mm-hmm.
so he's never seen it. I brought the Wise Mothman.
Mothman.
The deck that was, for the most part, is still a lot of the pre-con body, but I have tuned it.
We're gonna get ratted.
Yeah, I'm here to give people radiation.
Cool.
I built a new deck and haven't even sleeved it up yet. I built Niv-Mizzet Reborn. I decided to build a 5-color deck with 100 spells.
I love this thing.
So,
I heard on a podcast, and I don't remember what podcast it was. It was a very long time ago. One of the hosts built a Niv-Mizzet Reborn deck that it had no blue or red cards in it. Because Niv-Mizzet was Izzet, and they wanted to do Izzetless Niv-Mizzet.
okay.
And I thought, that's a good idea. And for years, I've been trying to put together a deck list that I like that was Izzetless Niv-Mizzet, and I can't get a list that I like.
This might be the dumbest EDH deck I've ever played. As previously stated, it is 100 spells.
I heard you.
Chris, you won our roll-off.
Well, much to the chagrin of our friends here,
Chagrin.
Hylda of Icy Crown.
What? Chris stole my Hylda deck. Prepare to get tapped.
My idea for this Hylda deck, I felt was sufficiently different from Schnell's that I felt okay.
His was tapping. Yours is +1/+1 counters.
That would be a swerve. No, I think I built it just different enough that it won't seem too samesies.
Are you running opposition?
No.
So you're bad.
Oh yeah, real bad.
No, I'm very curious to see how this goes compared to my deck, which lost. Every time.
Yeah, but it was a fucking fight.
It was.
That was. I will draw for the turn. I will play this minus Tirith tapped and pass the turn.
I will draw. I will play a snow-covered forest, and I will pass.
What does Minas Tirith do?
It taps to add a white, and you can pay a white and a colorless and tap it to draw a card. Activate only if you attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn. I plan on attacking.
I mean, I attack with mine.
And I will play an island and pass the turn.
On the draw. Smoldering Marsh. ETB's tapped. Pass to Chris.
Untap. Draw. Sea of Clouds.
I kept a questionable hand, but that's the only kind of hand I can keep with this deck.
I mulligan down to 5. I didn't announce that at the start of my turn.
Skyship Plunderer is a 2/1 flyer. When it deals combat damage to a player, for each kind of counter on target permanent or player, give that permanent or player another counter of that kind. Rad counter,
Rad
perhaps.
counters?
Yeah.
+1/+1 counters?
Stun counters.
Certainly
Okay.
not stun counters.
No,
in
not
this.
stun.
No.
I'm not playing stun.
Yeah, that's dumb.
One of us might be.
Land for turn will be a Terminal Moraine, and creature for turn will be the Biophagus.
Oh.
1/3 human, yes. Tyrannid Wizard with Geonomic Enhancement. I can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. If that mana is spent to cast a creature spell, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter.
Far too
Pass turn. I played 1 ramp.
I know.
Get him.
That's too many. I
play. I hate everybody.
swamp and pass the turn. Be sad.
I'm gonna be sad.
I
Sad as me.
am going to play another land that comes into play tap because I don't have any of my basics. Go, Chris, go.
Untap. Draw for the turn. Land will be... I'm going to flip this to the blue side. What is this? Mistgate Pathway.
Mist and Pathway.
Everything.
She listens.
Yeah, she's
Pay 2 mana.
one of the...
Oh, cast a Winged Boots. Equipped creature has flying and ward 4.
Ah.
I'll move to equip.
It's equip 1.
Yes, equip 1. I believe. Let me double check. I haven't used numbers in a while.
Wow.
Yep, it is 1. I knew it was 1.
Word 4 for equip 1 and flying?
All right, not swinging.
In this economy?
Doing a lot of belly aching over there. Alex, take 2.
Got him. Idiot.
Pass turn.
Untap. Draw. 1, 2, 3.
It is pretty good equipment.
4. I probably should.
It's D&D, right?
Yes.
Yeah, D&D Commander.
No, I will not. Land for turn will be in Escape Tunnel.
Tee.
I will tap Biophagus for a green mana. I will tap Terminal Moraine for a colorless mana. And I will cast Elysian Caryatid. It will enter with a +1/+1 counter. And I can tap Elysian Caryatid for 1 mana of any color. If I control a creature with power 4 or greater, I add 2 mana of any one color instead. So that has a counter. I will pass my turn to Alex, and I will sacrifice Escape Tunnel to fetch up a basic.
Draw. Play a forest. I will pay 3 for an Infesting Radroach. It's 2/2 flyer. It cannot block. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player gets that many rad counters. And whenever an opponent mills a non-land card, if this is in my graveyard, I can return it to my hand.
That's pretty good.
I will pass the turn.
My basic was a snow-covered island.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Yet another tap land. Rafine's Tower, but then also Arcane Signet. Go, Chris. One of 100 spells. Arcane Signet.
What does the Biophage do? Just taps for 1 mana?
Taps for 1 mana, and if I cast a creature, that creature gets a +1/+1 counter. Leave it alone. I mulligan to 5.
Land for the turn will be plants.
Want me to play the game? No, you don't.
Tap the plants for soaring. Don't like any of this.
Hylda's real bad.
5. Oh, cast the Watcher in the Water.
Nice.
Enters the battlefield tapped with 9 stun counters. 9 of them.
Oh, you fool.
Whenever you draw a card during an opponent's turn, create a 1/1 blue tentacle creature token. Whenever a tentacle you control dies, untap up to 1 target Kraken and put a stun counter on up to 1 target non-land permanent. I'll pass the turn.
Last turn. Untap.
Now I feel like Hylda is actually a non-bow with stun
Sure.
counters because you have to tap untap stuff and it keep everything stunned.
Oh, I know.
Ah. I'm just trying to say you did it wrong.
Just saying,
dead.
you're saying you're bad.
I am going to.
How do people all offended?
I'm good.
Hold on. Math. 1, 2.
Yes.
For you. Land. You. Yeah, that works. Okay. I'm gonna go Biophagus for green. Terminal Moraine. I'm gonna cast Bristly Bill Spinesower.
That's a good guy.
Bristly Bill gets a +1/+1 counter. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. And for 3 and 2 green, I can double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature I control.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Land for turn will be a warped landscape.
Oh god, he sequenced it right.
Correct. I will put a +1/+1 counter
why he
on
was
my
doing math.
Elysian Caryatid. Oh, there's more than that.
One, then the other. That's 2.
I will tap that for green and my snow-covered island. Oh, math! No, it's alright. I will play a Sanctum Weaver. I can tap that to add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of enchantments I control. I currently control 1. And I thought Warped Landscape and Terminal Moraine, I only had to pay 1 mana to sacrifice it, but it's 2. So there we are.
Shame.
Shame indeed. Nevertheless, I'll end my turn.
Alright.
So sometimes the less.
Yes.
I will play this swamp. Yes. I will pay for, and I will to cast the Wise Mothman. So, when he ETBs, each player will get 1 rad counter.
Yeah.
I don't have the thing to know.
That's all right.
I'm gonna put a D20 on my.
Yeah.
You don't have tokens for those?
No.
I don't remember what those do.
So it's at the beginning of your
I'll do a D20.
pre-combat main phase, I believe.
I don't like your uncertainty.
You mill cards equal to the number of rad counters you have. For each non-land card you mill, you lose 1 life and a rad counter. So,
That sounds correct.
Yeah. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, if you have any rad counters, mill that many cards. For each non-land you mill, you lose 1 life and a rad counter.
got it. So, non-lands, you get hurt, but it goes away. Lands, they stay. And whenever 1 or more non-land cards are milled, I put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to X target creatures, where X is the number of non-land cards milled this way.
Got it.
I will enter combat. Teach any reach.
No reach.
Okay. We'll take you for 2 flying.
No untapped reach. No tapped reach either. But
2
there you are.
flying.
You got it, bud.
And
1, 2.
when the rad roach deals combat damage to you, you get that many rad counters. So you get 2 more rad counters.
2, 3.
And then I'm done.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
Pre-combat main phase?
Yes.
Beginning of
Got it.
pre-combat main phase. I have 1 rad counter. I mill 1 card. For each non-land, I lose the rad and a life. Augury Adept is what I milled.
On trigger, I will put a +1/+1 counter on the Wise Mothman.
Oh, what a cool card. I've never seen that card before.
Oh, it's real good, but not in my graveyard.
That is really good. I love that guy.
What is it?
Augury Adept.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when
Oh,
it
I
deals
love
combat
that
damage to a
already.
player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card in your hand. You gain life equal to its converted mana cost. Let's go green
Early
something
days.
other for a cultivate. We'll search my library for 2 basic lands. Put those on the battlefield. Put 1 on the battlefield, tap 1 on the hand. Island will be on the battlefield tapped. Plains will go into my hand, which will be my land for the turn. I have 3 of each basic. I should find 1.
Could you read the Mothman? Please, Alex? Read the Mothman.
When he enters or attacks, each player will get a rad counter, and whenever 1 or more non-land cards are milled, I put 1+1/+1 counter on each of up to X target creatures, where X is the number of non-land cards that were milled in a
Got
mill. So it's 1 counter every time. The only thing that goes up is how many things I can target.
Cut me. Anything else I can do or want to do? That costs. That costs. Unfortunately, that'll be it for me. This is a rebuilding year, folks. Go ahead, Chris.
Untap.
You say rebuilding?
A rebuilding year.
This goes down to 8.
It's what sports teams say when they suck for an entire season.
Draw.
And then mill for your red counter.
And 1. It is a don't move.
Alright. So you lose 1 life, the red counter goes away. I will put 1+1/+1 counter on this red.
Don't move is from the Jurassic Park cards.
Oh.
Destroy all tapped creatures until your next turn. Whenever a creature becomes tapped, destroy it.
I
creatures?
did not have one of those and did not want to order one of those.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Land for the turn will be Karn's Bastion.
This beer my sister bought me has a stamp on it that says 1021, and I'm wondering if this is 5 years expired.
Or October 21st of any year.
Canned on
October.
1021.
Does that mean it's expired?
I will cast my commander.
Probably. We'll find out.
Hylda of the Icy Crown. Whenever you tap an untapped creature an opponent controls, you may pay 1 colorless. When you do, choose 1, create a 4/4 white and blue elemental. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, or scry 2, then draw a card. I will move to equip her with the Winged Boots.
Winged Boots.
And then I will... That's the turn.
Untap. Upkeep nothing. Draw for turn. Pre-combat mill 3.
Yup.
Boreal Outrider. Vigor? No. When Vigor is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into the library, so that will happen after I'm done milling. Sakura Tribe Scout. It's non-lands.
Non-land, so you'll
So I lose 3,
life.
lose 3 red.
Yep. I only have 2 targets, so both of these will get a +1/+1 counter.
That's fine. Vigor gets shuffled in.
Chris is looking at you with a shit-eating grin.
What?
I said Chris is looking at you with a shit-eating grin.
He sent me a racial slur disguised as a meme.
Yep. Thinly veiled at best.
The thinnest.
Alright. Chris,
Here you go, sir.
thank you. I have drawn, which means I don't have a land drop. However, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's a lot of mana.
I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will cast Tanazir Quandrix. Tanazir will enter with a +1/+1 counter, thanks to Biophagus.
Facts.
When Tanazir enters the battlefield, I double the number of +1/+1 counters on target creature I control. I will target Elysian Caryatid. Putting that up to 4.
Oofta doofta.
Now she
There it
taps
is,
for
a
2.
5/5.
Yes.
Now she taps for 2. 2 of any one color. That includes green and blue. And red and black and white.
Correct.
but green and blue.
You are allowed to generate mana outside your commander colors
Correct.
as of like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
You used to couldn't.
Yep. It used to be like,
That, honestly, is going to end my turn. Go, Alex.
alright. Untap.
What the?
If you're gonna dick around on your phone, you should turn your volume off.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
My mill. I mill an island so I don't lose life, but my red counter
Oh,
stays.
you radiated yourself.
Yeah. It's symmetrical.
Yeah, no, I believe you.
It's fair. Fair magic.
It is fair. I will play a Rejuvenating Springs. I'll pay 3 for a Bruvak, the Grandiloquent. If an opponent would mill one or more cards, they mill twice that many instead.
That fuck. I mean, guy. That guy. That fucking guy.
Fucking gay.
Then I'll pay 2 for a Mind Crank. If an opponent would lose life, they mill that many cards.
They mill twice that many.
I will then enter combat. I will send the Rad Roach at Chanel
But why, Papa?
and the Mothman
How big is the Mothman?
5.
So I'm taking
5 what?
5/5.
Okay.
5 power.
You have a dragon.
I do, and it flies.
Chris, I'll attack you with the Mothman.
Tramples even.
Trigger, we all get 1 rad counter.
What happens if he hits me?
Take 5 damage.
Other than that, nothing?
Nothing.
It's commander.
If it hits you, you'll mill 5 from Mind Crank.
You'll mill 10.
You'll mill 10 for Mind Crank.
From Mind Crank Bruvak. Okay. Well, I have no
Yep.
responses,
Four-
no
there's
blocks.
I'll take. Wait. I'll mill the 10.
So,
We
4
take the
you,
damage
Yeah,
though, too.
take some damage.
Yep.
and then 5 commander.
I'm milling.
Chris.
All right.
Cabaretti Courtyard, Sin Prodder, Exotic Orchard, Mountain, Spara's Headquarters, Mindstone, Response, Resurgence, and Thrash and Threat.
Alright. I'm milling Kaikar, Zephyr Awakener, Austere Command,
How many
Island.
lands from you?
Eldrazi Displacer, Rivendell, Grappling Kraken,
4.
Path to Exile,
You got
Lunar Insight. I think that's 8. Yep. 2 more. Hallowed Fountain and Charade of Numbing Depths.
You had more than 3 non-lands, I would assume?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the turn.
Boo. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Rad counter. Mill 2.
You have 4 more rad
You didn't
counters.
say that part. So I have 5.
Yes.
5 rads, 10 mill.
Yep.
So there's the first half. Second half. So we got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You lose 15? 3
No.
for each one? No?
No, he loses 5.
I lose 5 and 5 rad, even though I mill. So from the rads, I mill one per rad, which means I mill 2 per rad.
Yep.
But the rads still see
The non-lands.
the non-lands being milled.
So he will lose 5. How many non-lands did you mill?
5.
So you'll lose 5.
Does this keep chaining? Do I lose now?
No. Because
Okay.
you lose the 5 life and the rads go away.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
but
whenever an opponent loses life.
So you'll mill more.
so you're going to
but-
mill more, but
but
you won't lose life.
Yeah, you won't lose more life.
Okay.
So he's losing 5 life total?
Yes.
Got
so
it.
he'll
Okay.
mill another 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna, in response to that, I'm gonna wear that Mind Crank.
Ripping and tearing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
You're still going to mill.
Yeah.
still gonna mill.
Okay.
But I'm not, I
Yes.
mill
Thank you. We all appreciate
10.
you.
So, for your things.
I will not attack you during your turn.
Okay.
I still can't figure out what you're doing with this pile.
Correct!
I am so confused. I can't wait for an explanation. I hope there's an explanation. Please, Lord,
What
let there be a rhyme and or reason.
What if nay?
I'll be like that woman watching the pieces all go into the same.
Yeah.
Where does this go?
What is it? But it's not doing.
A square hole.
Commander Sphere. Land for the turn, Riveter's Overlook.
That's exactly how I felt. watching.
ETB, I gain a life, and I get a swamp, mountain, or forest to put onto the battlefield tapped.
Oh, I made such good use of that card last week.
Xander's Lounge.
Riveteer's Outlook.
Oh, basic, damn it.
Because Tevel makes me mill 3 cards, then I can
yeah.
return a land from the battlefield tapped. But the Outlook doesn't need to tap, it just triggers when it enters the battlefield. So I was just getting a basic land from my library every single turn.
We'll go to Swamp, because I have to. Could be.
Are those 1/1 counters on those flyers over there?
Yes.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Unfortunately, the thing I was going to do had to be undone by getting rid of the Mind Crank.
Thank you for your service.
So go, Chris.
What's that?
You should have an rad counter.
Yes.
I have a red counter.
Upkeep. That went down 1. I draw.
Yep.
And then
So
during combat main phase, I mill
you will mill
1.
you will mill 2
Okay.
because
You
you
don't-
don't back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hourglass of the Lost and Mycosynth Gardens.
Okay, so you hit a non-land, so you lose 1 life,
Yep.
and that'll go away. You hit 1 non-land thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Land for the turn will be Broker's Hideout. We'll search for an island and gain a life. God damn it.
Shouldn't be
I'm not used to having something on top of my deck. So it's just muscle memory, like I have this much space to clear.
I don't want to do it this way, but I'm gonna do it this
I
way.
can't judge you because for the longest time of my life, I never wore a watch, and then I started wearing a watch, and I would
Yep.
catch my watch on door
On
frames.
everything,
On
yep.
door frames because I know my clearances.
Muscle memory's real.
Oh,
That's why cats have whiskers.
yep. That's why I'm covered in
My
hair.
sister, when she was like 2, took scissors and cut the whiskers off my cat.
Oh god.
No.
And that poor thing wasn't
Yeah.
right for like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. It's
Why would your sister do such a thing?
she was too.
She's got some shoes too.
That was the
Whiskers were too long. It needed a haircut.
yeah.
The cat's like, what are you doing to me?
This is the same sister. Oh my god. This is the same sister. So I had a...
She's dead now.
He's dead now. My
okay.
uncle.
Okay.
Paraplegic. He was in a motorized wheelchair. My sister, right around the same age, was sitting on his lap, and my cat jumped up on the table, and doing the cat thing where her tail was up in the air. And my sister, sitting on my uncle's lap, was like, "What's that?" And then just shoved her finger right up my cat's ass.
Oh my god.
Gross.
Your sister tortures this poor animal.
Yeah! And my uncle just... I mean, he's dead now. He didn't die laughing, but he died laughing.
What's that? It's a butthole.
The cat went, "Meow," but didn't move.
I
beyond
will.
Oh, gross, you have aftermath cards.
I don't know if you've noticed the sheer number of split cards in this deck.
Did you say pass?
Yes.
I'm watching you. I'm noticing everything.
Had I not milled most of my life away.
End of your turn. Sorry.
You've only lost 9.
I'm gonna activate my warp landscape.
Okay.
Deck's getting real low. Like, it's not sleeved, so my deck looks smaller.
For that forest.
And it's cold out, but still.
Yeah, I'm watching you. I'm super curious.
Yeah.
I'm watching you.
Again, might be the worst deck I've built, but I love it. It's so stupid.
What aftermath cards do you have in there?
So right now I have Victory and Fight. Victory is target creature at sorcery speed, both of them. Target creature gains double strike. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls.
Okay.
Yeah. You're running too many blue and red cards for an is-it-less Niv-Mizzet.
No. It is not it's not is-it-less Niv-Mizzet. It is 100 spells.
Isn't that fun to say?
Just spread across
65
The two colors?
approximate
it's 70 spells worth of split cards.
When you said it, I assumed...
And like 6... It's spell slingery, because there's only like 6 real creatures in here.
Ah.
And then Niv-Mizzet's there to show up, and then a lot of these spells just pump creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Niv-Mizzet gets out, refills my hand, and then I make Niv-Mizzet like a 12-12 double strike, first strike, trample, whatever.
Yeah.
Just blah.
When you first said 100 spells, I was anticipating just MDFCs.
No, see, I have that deck. That's
Yeah.
my Takasia deck, and that one is Charbelcher.
But then I saw all the split cards and I'm like,
Yeah.
alright, got it.
Yep.
Alright, so I warped landscapes, got a basic, bristly bill triggers. I'm going to put a counter on Tanazir.
You got it, buddy.
Unfortunately, I wasn't thinking when I kept this opening hand
Untap.
that I had 2 tap lands and an arcane signet. Had I had 1 tap and 1 basic, I could have started ramping a little bit faster, or more aggressively.
You mill.
Yes, thank you. Pre-combat mill 1.
Mill
2 because of Brewback.
Because of Brewback.
Regrowth. Freed from the real.
So you will lose 1 life, and the red counter goes away. And that was 2 non-lands.
Cancel.
I was going to say,
from
it's,
you.
he's doing it to us.
There. Alright, and I drawed. I don't like doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Almost every time this night, when I picked up my hand, I picked it up upside down.
I keep putting my cards down because I have them unsleeved, and I just have that weird, like, there's oils from my skin seeping into the sides of my cards. I'm not a germaphobe, but I am a gross human being with valuable magic. This is a budget deck. Like, the only value in here is the fucking new Capenna Tri-lands. That's about it.
Those are value.
They are. They're like about $10 a piece.
Are they not more expensive?
I think
Did they actually drop?
I think they average out to a 10. Well, when they were in standard, there were like 4 different versions of each of them.
That's true.
Just out of curiosity,
Yeah?
as of right now,
Uh-huh.
if someone were to mill, what all effects do you have? Is it just they mill twice as much?
Twice as much, and if non-lands get hit, depending on how many, I can target, at most, my 3 things to get a single counter.
And that's on mill that's not connected to rad counters.
It's tangentially connected to rad. Rad counters make you mill, therefore, if you hit
Right.
non-lands, I can benefit from it.
But it's any
But it's any milling. It's
Any
not
milling.
contingent on the rad
No,
counters.
it's just on the act of the mill.
Got it. Okay. I untapped. I drew a card. I passed for turn.
Okay.
I was looking it up. Yeah, the lands, the non-fancy ones range
During
from
your upkeep.
7
Yes.
to 10.
I am going to pay blue and 2 colorless. I'm going to cast Succumb to the Cold.
Which does what?
Tap 1 or 2 target creatures an opponent controls.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to target those 2 big flyers.
Okay.
Put a stun counter on each of them.
I need different dice.
Nicer. Give him some of your purple ones.
Yeah. Those are negative, so let's...
Doesn't matter what they say. Just give him purple ones. There you go.
And then
I've been
when
rewatching
I
Jessica Jones.
when I tap, I will choose...
God, David Tennant was so good as the bad guy in that.
That
I'm
first
gonna
season is one
scry
of the
2,
best
then draw
things
a
I've ever
card.
watched on television.
Uh-huh.
Sure, I'll take this. 1 on top, 1 on bottom.
And now that I know him as the
One in
doctor,
hand.
it's just the range is amazing.
And I'll make a token. And when I drew a card on an opponent's turn, so I create a 1/1 blue tentacle. Thank you.
I need that back at the end of the game.
Sure.
I need that back before the end of the game.
I need it back now.
Yeah, give it back.
Get your own token.
Yeah, get fucked.
May I proceed with my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
May I?
Draw.
I just didn't want you to take the stun counters off of them. That's all.
I get it. That was a good play.
2, Drown Catacomb, and a Vraska Betrayal Sting.
Vraska.
So I will lose 1 life, and I will lose 1 rad counter. And I get to put a counter on something.
You may not have seen her, but Vraska was in my Planeswalker.
Huh. We didn't see her.
Because she's a good Planeswalker.
Good story.
Right. I'll kill you.
Mm. I will
We all sort of accepted it.
play a forest. And then...
Oh, actually, I also have. There might be a flashback thing in my graveyard too. Nope, but all my really cool things.
4 to cast.
God, all my cool shit.
I will cast Bloatfly Swarm. It is a 0/0 flyer. When it enters the battlefield with 5+1/+1 counters on it.
Gross.
And if damage would be dealt to Bloatfly Swarm, while it has a +1/+1 counter on it, prevent that damage, remove that many +1/+1 counters from it, and then give each player a rad counter for each +1/+1 counter removed from it this way.
So it's a 5/5 flyer.
Yes.
Gross.
But yeah, that thing with the fact that most split cards are like 6, 7, 8. There's some cool tricks that I'm not going to do in this game.
And I'll pay 1. Cast Tiny Bones, the Pickpocket. 1/1 Death Toucher. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, I may cast target non-land permanent card from that player's graveyard, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. I'll enter combat. You Death Touch over there?
No.
Okay. And what does your Kraken thing do again?
If the tentacle dies,
Uh-huh.
I untap up to 1 target Kraken and put a stun counter on up to 1 target non-land permanent.
Okay. I will just pass the turn.
Pimp decision.
Yeah. Untap. Upkeep. Nothing. Draw. Nothing. Pre-combat main phase. Nothing. Can I do anything else this turn? No. So, as per, we're gonna exile all creatures with a merciless eviction.
Fuck you. Chris, response.
I have no response.
I don't like it, but I'll accept it.
He's just trying to start an engine? Or he's riding a dirt bike? I don't know. Come at me, bro. You're running green and blue. There's nothing you can do.
You're right.
He was that scared of Tiny Bones?
Sure!
Let's go with that.
Whatever helps your tiny bone at night.
Negate.
I'm gonna expansion and copy target instant or sorcerer spell to convert a mana cost of 4 or less. I may choose new targets. I'm gonna negate your negate.
Nice. And now he's gonna Pact of Negation or
You can,
Fierce Guardianship
you
or
can do what he needs to.
Force of Negation, Force
Yeah,
of Will.
negate is a non-creature spell. That's
Yeah.
illegal. That's a legal target.
No, he can't do it in Veto. He doesn't have the mana for that.
I've
got
got the
tons of
mana.
mana.
I've got tons of mana.
Yeah, he's had
Mana.
Never mind.
Mana.
Don't you fucking... I'll kill you.
Well, what you gonna do?
I don't know, Alex!
The time has come. You must make a decision.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will float 6 mana.
But that means your
Let
stuff's
things
gonna die.
pass. Yeah.
Exile.
That's what I will do.
It's exile.
Exile all creatures.
Exile all...
Back to the command zone with you. Way to ruin my fun.
I mean, it felt like the thing to do after everything I had endured.
I mean,
and I started to build up.
I'm pretty sure my commander and the Rad Rush
Chris.
were gonna get stunned into
okay.
oblivion.
With his floating mana.
Nope, I'm gonna end my turn.
Nope.
Yeah, just end the turn.
6
The
floating mana.
stack is empty.
Throw that die anywhere. That's right.
Drown in Dreams, X equals 3. I'm going to draw 3 cards.
Okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Draw card. Land will be Deserted Beach.
I know that name's not named after your mom.
What?
Because it's not deserted. Her beach, it's
9.
populated.
Every non-basic land name can be slang for a woman's hearts.
Some of those might be a stretch.
Speaking of stretches.
You walked right into that one, Alex.
So did I. I was so stretched out.
Sun Titan.
Gross.
And ATVs.
You're not supposed to have graveyard recursion. That's not how this works.
Bring back my bunny to me.
That's not how this works at all.
Land. Eldrazi Displacer.
What does that do?
Blink things.
That doesn't answer my question.
2 mana and a wingding. Exile another target creature, then return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control.
Oh, it's activated. Okay.
Winged boots on Sun Titan. Pester. Oh, Arcane Signet Pester.
You could also attack and get something else.
The
They
boots don't
don't-
give him haste.
Yeah.
Oh,
Flying in War
fuck
4.
you! You can't do that.
Fucking cheater. trying to listen.
I'll kill you. And for turn, Snow-Covered Forest. We'll use that forest, not a different one, the one I just played, for Hardened Scales. Then, those two for a Simic Ascendancy.
Uh-oh, that's a
So if
one
one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature I control, that many +1 counters are put on instead. Simic Ascendancy, I can pay 1 a green and a blue to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature I control. Whenever one or more counters are placed on a creature I control, +1/+1, put that many growth counters on the Ascendancy. At the beginning of my upkeep, if Simic Ascendancy has 20 or more growth counters on it, I win! Faster.
And draw. And then I mill 1 card. I kind of want an Evolution Witness, but I will lose 1 life. And the red counter goes away.
Chanel, you're in charge.
Gotcha. Teed, you died. Oh, you didn't even leave yet. Sorry, go in the other room.
2, 3. I will pay 3 for Rawl, the Troubleshooter. 1/4 legendary zombie mutant rogue. Once during each of my turns, I may cast a spell from among cards in my graveyard that were milled that turn, and I can tap him to make each player mill 1 card.
Yeah. Raoul.
Tap him to make each opponent mill 1
Each
card.
player-
Each player mills a card. Again, symmetrical. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a spell from among the cards that were milled this turn. Oh, okay, so you could get your E-Witness
I will
back.
then pay 3, and I will get my Evolution Witness back. 2/1. I can pay a green and a generic to adapt to. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Evolution Witness, return target permanent card from my graveyard to my hand.
Got it.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I am going to cast Dispersal. Each opponent returns a non-land permanent they control with the highest converted mana cost among permanents they control to its owner's hand. Then discards a card.
Highest mana value?
Highest mana value.
So I get to pick.
You do
your turn?
pick. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Ah,
What are you doing?
he's panicking.
I don't know.
Look at him panic.
Alright. Return
sure.
this and discard.
Yep.
I will
Bounce and discard.
I will discard Agent Frank Horrigan.
I discarded Sun Titan.
And then I will play Spring, search my library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tap it, and then shuffle. Mountain. I have left. Jesus. Then, I'm tapped out. Go ahead, Chris.
That's my eagle.
So my aftermaths are victory-minded fight.
What?
Mine is I can draw two for 6 at instant speed. Victory is give a creature double strike at sorcery, or fight is fight at sorcery.
There's not enough milling going on right now.
I had to expend a lot of resources to stop that. So one of the things I've been working on as a Magic player is sitting on removal until I absolutely have to use it.
Cast my commander.
Because if I wait, sometimes my opponents take care of my issues for me. I was not in the position to wait.
That's a good
Equip the
lesson.
winged boots.
Keep paying boots.
That's a deep dwelling. Pass turn.
That's your end step. Are you blinking something? Do you have to?
No,
No, exile up to
he has to
1.
pay 3 to activate that ability to blink.
No, for this. She's talking about passive
Oh,
split.
for Thassa,
Yeah.
sorry.
Pass turn.
Okay. Untap.
I think that was the other Thassa.
Draw. You're gonna land. I
One of your
will.
hundreds of mana dorks.
Interesting.
Play a Zamek Guildmage.
What do?
2/2 Elf Wizard. I can pay a green and a blue. This turn, each creature I control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter. Or I can pay a green and blue and remove a +1/+1 counter from a creature I control to draw a card.
It's pretty good.
It is. That's all I'm doing. Well, Alex.
Draw. Six. Oh, it's so expensive. Instead, blue, black.
You're muttering quietly to yourself over there.
Enunciates. I will cast the Master Transcendent.
Yeah.
Legendary artifact creature mutant 2/4. When he enters a battlefield, target player gets 2 rad counters. Teach. You will
No.
get 2 rad counters.
Fine.
You're so bad.
That's not what it means. Shut up.
I can tap him to put target creature card in a graveyard that was milled this turn onto the battlefield under my control. It's a green mutant with base power and toughness 3/3. And then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep, nothing. Draw, nothing.
Cards intentional?
3.
That is a good number.
Land for the turn, Jetmir's Garden.
Down to 2.
Down to 2.
Is it Niv-Mizzet time?
I believe it's Niv-Mizzet time. We're gonna refill our hand. Blue. red. Red, black, green, white. Niv-Mizzet is reborn. Does he resolve?
I got nothing.
Nothing.
Reveal the top 10 cards of my library. For each color pair, choose a card that's exactly those colors from among them. Put the chosen cards in my hand, rest on the bottom of my library in a random order. There's 5. There's 10. Let's see how we did. Simic, nothing. Izzet, nothing. Selesnya, nothing. Rakdos, nothing. Nothing. Rakdos. So between Bedeck and Bedazzle, or Cut to Ribbons.
Cut and Ribbons is such a great card.
Cut and Ribbons is going to be my choice for the Rakdos. Wish to read it. Is anyone okay? So I'm getting cut to Ribbons. Cut is sorcery for 2, deal 4 damage to target creature. And then Ribbons is Aftermath, 2 black and X. Each opponent loses X life. Flower is search my library for a basic forest or plains, reveal it, put it in my hand, then shuffle. Flourish is creatures I control get +2/+2 until the end of the turn. Invert for 1 at instant switches the power and toughness of up to 2 target creatures. Or Invent for 6, I search my library for an instant or sorcerer card, reveal it, put it in my hand, then shuffle. And then lastly, I can repudiate, counter target activated or triggered ability, noteworthy. Or I can replicate, which is create a token that's a copy of target creature I control. Feel like that's a pretty good hand to respond to things with.
I think you did well.
Go ahead, Grace.
Untap.
And what colors do you have up?
Red or black, white, blue, or black, and then 2 of anything.
Got it. Okay.
Pretty sure I can do whatever I want.
Anything!
For 4 or less.
Addercar Wastes.
Cards in hand.
0, looks like.
This is going to be expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What else are you spending your mana on?
Yep.
No.
I will tap. That's a 2/4 and a 2/1.
Yes.
Do you have the mana up to adapt?
Yes.
And that would make it a 4/3.
Yes.
And the other guy's a 2/4.
Yes. Why are you looking over here? I'm not doing anything to you.
For 1 blue or red, I could switch its power and toughness to the end of the turn. You laugh. That might come off the one time.
I will tap
I laugh because you're a funny guy.
Yeah, that's...
Not because of your threat.
adapter. The witness. Yep. When I tap it, I will pay...
What are you tapping it with? Oh,
Thassa's ability. Then I will pay 1 to scry 2, then draw a card.
Yeah, of all of her abilities.
Oh man, this doesn't help me now though.
Put them both at the bottom and draw a blind land.
But it might help me later.
No, I fell for it.
Then I will move to combat. I will attack Alex with the Eldrazi Displacer.
How big is it?
It is a 3/3.
Okay.
And Teach with the Commander. It's a 3/4 flyer.
Kill you.
No blocks.
Also no blocks.
Okay.
3 Commander to Siege. How much to Alex?
3. Then I will activate Minas Tirith, draw a card because I attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn.
You did.
Ooh. Not done.
Crossface.
What does that do?
No more than 2 creatures can attack you each combat.
Attack him or just generally?
Attack him.
Okay.
I'll go to my end step and I will blink this guy.
I think that's correct.
That's the
Maybe-
remastered printing. That's the most. That was
Okay.
printed like a year
All right.
ago.
End of your turn, I will correct my Eternal Moraine to get an island.
I believe the old wording was just no more than 2 creatures can
Attack
Each
each combat.
Alright.
Island.
I never played Fallout 1 or 2, and I think he's from Fallout 1.
I think he's from the first one, yeah.
He's like the big bad at the end. The one who, he's the one who's controlling the super mutants.
Yeah. No, it's
I
no
never
more than 2
played-
creatures can attack you each combat was the OG wording of it too.
Okay.
I never played Fallout, but I love that show. It was a great fucking
I have
show.
yet to see the show. I have heard it. I have heard it.
I've
It's good.
only played 3, 4, and New Vegas.
Same.
I haven't played the MMO 76. Is that the one?
76,
76. And
which
then
I think he's technically from.
yeah, and then 1 and 2 were like old school PlayStation or not PlayStation, but PC games. Yeah.
Walton Goggins is one of my
CRPG.
favorite
Walton
people
Goggins
on the
is
planet.
the range of that gentleman. Everything he's in, he gives 112%.
Oh, yes.
And he ranges from serious to the most absurd goddamn characters. His role in Community is just great.
He's in Community?
He
No, I have
is
to watch
in,
Community.
He is in for 1 episode. He plays a lawyer dispensing dealing with a will that involves
Will to create, yep.
canisters of sperm being given out to multiple people.
Command Tower, Rapid Hybridization.
So you
I
lose
lose
one
1
life.
and 1 rad.
Yes.
I need to rewatch Ant-Man and the Wasp because he's in that as well.
I heard that was not that good.
It wasn't that good, but now that I know who Walton Goggins is,
Walton
Walton Goggins.
Now that I got wall goggles on, I can watch the show.
Fuck, goddamn.
I didn't hate the Ant-Man trilogy. First one was really fun,
I haven't seen any of them.
but you have opinions.
I said I've heard that Ant-Man and
But
the
you-
Wasp wasn't that good.
Yeah.
I didn't say that was my opinion. That's what I've heard.
But you felt the need to repeat
Yes.
those opinions.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Also, mainly because I have not been a fan of a lot of Marvel's more
That's
stuff.
reasonable. I like the argument that it's, Marvel's going down here, they just keep churning out comic book slop. They're literally a comic book studio.
Yep.
Like, they make comic book movies.
Oh, I bet.
their thing. No,
That's never been my problem.
The internet loves to hate on things. End of statement.
All right. I will play in order because it actually isn't relevant. An Incubation Druid.
Mm-hmm.
And a Simic Ascendancy.
I made you put that back.
And I will pass my turn.
Alright.
Here we are.
Untap it. Draw.
You over there. Climaxing?
Thinking.
Go.
Thinking about climaxing.
I could, but not right now.
Yeah, I mean...
I'll pay 3 to cast a 3. Yeah. Cast a fraying sanity.
I don't like you looking over here. What the fuck? At the beginning of each end step, enchanted player, that's me, mills X cards, where X is the number of cards put into the graveyard from anywhere. This turn.
Yes.
Okay. I'm pessimistically hopeful. I don't know the right term for this.
Fuck.
I'm gonna see what happens
Fair.
before I form my opinion. My sanity is fraying. Proceed.
And I think I'll enter combat.
I will kill you
I can't swing through you.
in your sleep.
I will enter combat. I will leave combat.
Okay.
And I will pass my turn.
I just say a lot of violent
Before the
things.
end of your turn, I am going to commit. Put target spell.
Memory?
Yes.
Oh.
No, commit is. I'm doing
Yeah.
the commit part.
Yeah.
Put target spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library, second from the top. I'm going to commit Thassa to your library, second from the top.
Second from the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
In response to that,
Good. Good.
I'm
You're
gonna pay
counting
2
correct.
to adapt the evolution witness. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it. It's adapted now. And I can return a permanent from my graveyard to my hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna get Vraska back to my hand.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Rubber. Finish numbers of your hand, graveyard, and library, draw 7 cards. Do like that. Maestro's Theater. Teach Click Me Up a Life. I'm gonna grab a basic. Tapped.
This guy gaining all this
Swamp.
life.
I've been participating barely up until now. Chris cut me. Alright. 2 blue. 4 for you. Teach in the
What?
spirit of
Oh,
Farness. I'm going to
I already know that this isn't in the spirit of Farness.
No, you're fine. I'm gonna cut this thing.
4 damage.
4 damage to target creature. I will go to combat. Alex, 6 commander in the air.
No, that's unnecessary.
No, it's a good start.
I wasn't even life leader.
Ribbons in the graveyard. Don't like that.
It's fine. It's not going to stay there. I'm going to memory. Each player shuffles his or her hand and graveyard into his library, then draws 7 cards.
Hell yeah. I'm okay with that. Response?
No response.
Nope.
Shuffle
All right.
faster, draw faster. That's my
Okay,
response.
yeah, thank you. Samesies.
I guess. Draw 7.
Yeah.
Starting to wonder if you were going to get milled out.
Hand and graveyard into library, draw 7.
I'm gonna say, oh, I'm like, no, Baruch was like, he's gone forever.
Yeah.
Did you have nothing exiled with what someone did earlier?
I had nothing exiled with what I
Okay.
did earlier.
That's what I thought. I started
My
asking the question, assuming
sideways-
Alex did it, but then I realized it was you, and it was okay. Just making
So,
sure.
now, memory will be exiled. I've seen one of these before.
I have not, because I haven't drawn my hand yet.
I'm not sure how I feel about this hand.
No, it's good. It's fine. It's different. Go ahead, Chris.
If I'm Mulligan, do I have to go down to 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Draw.
This is another mulligan. You only draw back up.
Draw cards equal to the amount of cards you started with
Yeah.
at the beginning of the game.
That's design space. Okay. Can we build it? Yes, we can.
Is correct.
Glad.
3, 4, 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a separate exile pile because turning my graveyard sideways makes me think that I could aftermath, but I already aftermathed.
Okay, if I do this... So that'd be 6...
Where'd your rad counter go?
It's here.
It's,
Okay.
yeah.
I haven't forgotten about it. I just didn't put it back on top of my deck.
That doesn't quite work either.
I mean, he's got a whole turn to go, so I might have.
Yeah.
But when you asked the question, I hadn't yet.
Okay. Just checking.
I appreciate that. That's okay.
Okay, I might have to do...
I've
don't
forgotten
wanna do
everything that's happened.
that. Okay.
What are we doing? Betrayal?
2, 3, 4,
looking at the Niv-Mizzet warily.
5, 6.
This is scary.
Ah, Skeeter, he ain't hurt nobody.
He punched me in the face for
He
6.
hit you once. That's not even a
That's-
third of the amount of damage needed to kill
But it's
you.
a 4th.
It is arguably a 4th, yes. If you want to do math within reason. 3 more of those bad boys.
Yeah, that's. I don't want to take 3 more.
3 more of those bad boys.
Sure, we'll do that. Gadwick the Wizened for 3.
He's
Saw that card
in
before.
my Hylda deck.
Almost like these decks are somewhat similar.
Yeah. Someone should kill themselves. It's gonna be me.
Someone should kill himself.
Ah.
This is why YouTube has
No
like
prize.
as E.
Yep. E for enjoy suicide.
I'm. Did any cards enter your graveyard last turn?
No.
During Schnell's turn?
Yeah.
No.
He shuffled his hand and graveyard into.
Didn't you destroy something of his?
Did I? No.
That one, Simic Guildmage?
I did cut it.
You
That's
mill-
right.
This would have been.
I forgot about
this
that.
maintains you mill 1 card.
I mill 1 card.
At
Fraying
the
Sanity at the end
yeah,
of your
fraying
turn.
sanity. So.
Oh! Fuck Fraying Sanity.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
My sanity.
I.
At the beginning of his end step, I mill
One.
One.
card, where 1 is the number of cards. Okay, fuck you.
Yeah, because
Not you. Sorry, Fraying Sanity. That was impersonal.
It
was
remembers.
directed towards that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Unbound Flourishing.
Oh, that's a good one in your.
That's a
graveyard.
real good one in my graveyard. Better on the battlefield, but okay in the
I'm
graveyard.
sorry. What was X with Gadwick?
3.
Okay.
Esper Sentinel?
Gadwick is a card that makes me irrationally upset because my understanding of Magic is X is only whatever X was paid for when it's on the stack. So when it comes into the battlefield, it's not on the stack anymore, but it still references X, which should now be 0.
Yeah.
Like I know it works
They had to
because
change.
Wizard.
They had to change the rules for that card.
I hate it. So now X just is whatever X used to be for the remainder, or what is the official? Your
It's
your judgment. Your Judge Tholomew.
Judge Tholomew. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember the discourse around this. So because it's a triggered ability, normally it was X would have been 0.
Yeah.
But they wanted the card to work the way that it did.
Yes.
So
Did they errata the card, or did
no,
they change
they
all
changed.
the rules?
They changed the
Okay.
rules so that it would look back immediately
Okay.
what X was when it entered the
Okay.
battlefield.
Yeah, I did not see that discourse. I am glad other people were also upset enough to.
There's a.
Teferi, who slows the sunset.
I'll throw it in the chat, but there was another one, like either Modern Masters
Enters
or
with 4.
something where it referenced X, and the way it was worded,
Doesn't work.
it worked unintentionally super well because
Oh,
X
okay.
equals 0,
Yeah.
but you could, if I remember correctly, like the way the card was worded, mill your entire library and then cast whatever the fuck. And they were like, no, that's not what we want to happen.
Yeah.
So we have to change the rules to make sure that it works the way we
I will
intend.
+1 him to choose up to 1 target artifact, 1 target creature, and 1 target land. Could have done this in a different order, but
right.
Untap the chosen permanents you control, tap the chosen permanents you don't control, and gain 2 life. Artifact, creature, land.
So you are targeting all 3 of your things?
Yes.
To untap.
Untapping all of them.
Yes.
And
You're untapping the Eldrazi Displacer. which
actually,
doesn't
I'll tap
cast-
this.
Okay.
I'll tap that. I'll target
That's-
that and then tap that.
No, that's what I was wondering about.
Skeeter, he ain't hurt nobody.
Not hurting anybody. Better not fucking attack me, I'll kill you.
Land for the turn will be
Fucking death if you attack me.
That's a lot of fucking hate.
plans.
Commit to Memory, I think, is the only monocolored split card that I kept. Just because it's so...
It's very good.
So
It's a good one.
I
Siege,
didn't...
I'll attack you for 3 command.
What the hell?
What did he say? What did he say? He's gonna kill you now.
Probably will.
What?
What are you doing?
I don't know, Alex. You're a guest here. Don't call me out on this shit. 3 commander.
Yes. You have to kill Alex. No.
I knew. Chris is my arch nemesis, but
Then I will pass the turn.
you embarrassed me on the internet.
You embarrassed yourself.
No, I didn't. No,
12
kill you.
12 games ago, somebody even commented that you misspoke, even though you fixed it like 5 minutes later.
I fixed it like 30 seconds later.
Nah,
I'm
check
gonna
the
kill
tape.
that guy too.
Check the tape.
Fuck, I hate everybody.
Check
What's
the
his
tape.
name?
I
I'll
don't
kill
know.
him.
I just
Dragon
thought-
Hitler?
I
No,
thought
that's someone else.
I thought Dragon Hitler. What?
I showed you that on my.
Oh yeah.
Oh, on Architect.
Yeah, on fucking Moxfield, some guy named
Oh,
Dragon
that was
Hitler started commenting on my decks, being a shit ass troll. He wasn't even good at it. But it was like his name was Dragon Hitler.
Nice.
Is it you? Are you Dragon Hitler?
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. Is it because it's Dragon or Hitler?
Dragon D's
Yes.
Furious.
Alright, so untap, upkeep, draw,
Mill.
Rad Carter, Mill 1, Kami of Whispered
So
Hopes.
you'll lose 1 life
I
and the
lose
red counter goes
1
away.
and the Rad counter.
And then just remember, at the end of your turn for Insanity, you will mill at least 1.
At the beginning of each end step, that includes mine, enchanted player, that's me, mills X cards, where X is the number of cards put. Fuck.
Any cards put
No,
in your
that's fine.
graveyard counts it. Yeah. Insanity's real good.
Alright. Alright.
Sanity count 1.
Sanity count.
Insanity count 1.
No, it's sanity.
Yeah.
It's just fraying.
Snow covered forest. 3/6. I could 3 have 3 up. Have 3 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough. So
It's the first time I ever played Tiny Bones. I never even got to have him do
I'm
anything.
sorry. Which Tiny Bones was it?
The one from
The one
Thunder
from
Junction.
Thunder-
Oh, the new.
Thunder Junction.
Jeez, what are you doing?
I just summoned a text. That's what I'm doing.
He's slowing the game down.
You're slowing the game down. I thought I was. It's Teach the whole time.
It's Tej all along. I think I'm going to.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So much for taking
Yeah, but not till like 6 p.m.,
much
which
for
makes
taking
me want
birds
to
to the
bike
park.
to work.
Oh.
But I don't have mana, so I'm
All the
going
mana.
to. I have not as much mana as it appears.
Yes. Becca can't take the boy to the park ever since he got the wood chip jammed in his eye.
Oh, Arwen, Weaver of Hope. Each other creature I control enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters, additional counters, equal to Arwen's toughness, which is currently 1.
Yes.
Pass turn.
Hold on. End step.
Yep.
You have to mill another card
Yep.
because
Correct.
Frank's
Mill one. Seedborn Muse.
Nice.
and I will tap the Master Transcendent. I will put Seaborn Muse from your graveyard since it was milled this turn into my battlefield.
That's okay.
It's a 3/3 mutant.
It is. And it's a Muse.
With untap all
Permanence.
all his permanents during other people's agendas. Why put it in
Herbaderbader, seem real herbagerd.
Draw. I will.
Well, even if I don't win this game, I think I'm going to do my favorite play in Magic very shortly.
Is it listening, is it?
Is it twiddling your bone flute?
I wait until you guys go home before I do anything.
I don't.
I wait till you go
Two
home.
for
I have
a
to twiddle, pee in your bathroom again.
Talisman of Curiosity.
Seedborn Muse. I don't like how that.
Yeah, get him!
With what I'm trying.
Why would he put that in his deck?
Yeah.
Kill him!
That is the anti-Hylda. Is it errata to be a mono spirit that when it's tapped, its ability is turned off?
Nope. I don't know. That's not my card.
I will pay
What sort of monster?
for Struggle for Project Purity. Is it ETBs? I choose Brotherhood or Enclave. Brotherhood is at the beginning of my upkeep. Each opponent draws a card, and I draw a card for each card drawn this way. Ooh. Or Enclave, whenever a player attacks me with one or more creatures, they get twice that many rad counters. I'm choosing Enclave.
So we get rad counters?
If you attack me.
We get
Project
how many rad
Purity.
counters?
Twice for however many creatures you attack me with, you get twice that many rad counters.
That's fair.
Project Purity was something I heard about in youth group.
You failed that one, didn't you?
Yeah!
Got him!
Excuse me.
I will then enter combat. I will then leave combat,
Riveting.
and I will pass the turn.
Wait. Are you going to pay 1 for Esper Sentinel for casting the Project Purity?
Fucking do it.
Yes.
Alright, good. Alright.
Before the end of Alex's
Yeah! A lot of shit just
I'm
happened at
going
once.
to invert this 0-2 into a 2-0.
Why?
Because it's funny.
Because it's the funniest thing.
You won't.
In response
You won't
to
know.
that,
Now you can.
I'm going to activate Simic Ascendancy to put a +1/+1 counter on it. But 1 becomes 2. There. Fuck you.
Now it's a 4/2?
Now it is a 2/4
Which
inverted 4/2.
So, like I said, it's a 4/2?
Yeah.
Shut up. Things happen in order.
yes.
Are you a judge?
Yes.
I'm not either. I used to be, but not anymore. All right. Now it's a 2/4.
Okay. Well, I tried.
You did.
Untap. Upkeep.
I'll do that too.
Land for the turn will be this mountain.
No,
Okay.
I don't want to.
Understand.
Tome of the Guild Pact. Whenever I cast a multicolored spell, I draw a card, and it taps for a mana of any color. I'm going to Commander Sphere for a red, float the red, sack it to draw a card. Okay. With the red floating and 2, I'm going to cast Calibrated Blast.
Guess what?
I believe I choose targets before I start doing this, but it's reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. Put the revealed cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. When you reveal a non-land card this way, Calibrated Blast deals damage equal to that card's mana value to any target. I'm going to target Chris directly, because you're at 34.
Yep.
So how many times do we do this?
Oh, just once, and you take 2.
Okay.
I whiffed with all of the big spells in my deck.
Was that Recross the Paths?
That is Research the Deep.
Okay. That's a Clash card. I love that card.
Yeah.
Will you pay the 1 to Esper Sentinel?
Yes.
Okay.
I will pay a blue and then 1 for Esper Sentinel for incubation.
You don't have to pay the 1. It's only the first spell.
Oh, it's only the first one?
Yes.
Oh, fair enough. I will look at the top 5 cards in my library and may reveal a creature card from among them, put it into my hand, and the rest on the bottom. When I cast a multicolored spell, I draw a card, and then I look at the top 5.
Got it.
Nope, I did not find one of my 6 creatures. So I'll put those on the bottom. Oh no. Then I will tap Arcane Signet for a green, and I will analyze the pollen. As an additional cost, I may collect evidence 8. Exile cards with a mana value of 8 or greater from my graveyard. We'll take.
You have 8.
The
He does.
This is
Oh, yeah,
7 by
yeah,
itself.
I forget,
Yeah.
So I'll do these 2.
Uh-huh.
Search my library for.
Schnell.
What?
You just between you and me, we have so different approaches to deck building,
Yep, I go derp out, you go top down.
and it's amazing. Just watching you do this shit is so fucking cool.
Search my library for basic land if evidence was collected. Instead, search my library for a creature card or land card. Reveal it, put it in my hand. You grab one of those 6 aforementioned creatures.
It's just that sharing a brain thing. Every once in a while, you get one half and I get the other half. And you live up to your half fucking every time, and it's amazing.
And the producers. Oh, I'm not going to be able to play whatever I grab. So, we're going to put Inferno Project in my hand. It is a 0/0 Trampler. When it enters the battlefield, though, it gets X +1/+1 counters, where X is the total mana value of instants and sorcery cards in my graveyard.
Interesting.
I will. Chris, any flyers? Any tap flyers?
No untapped flyers at the moment.
Combat
Hold on a sec.
attack teach for 6. No. Sorry. I will go to combat.
Okay.
There's a Teferi in play.
There is a Teferi in play. I will, before combat, pay 3 mana. I will cast Come to the Cold, targeting Niv-Mizzet and
The Cold is your mom.
Incubation Druid.
Tap.
What does it do?
and
Just tap
stun?
and put a stun.
Okay.
Alright,
So I'm never
response to that, I will tap Incubation Druid for 3 mana of any. Oh, I can't do that. Okay.
And then I tapped 2 things. I will do 2
Can I
Hylda
see
triggers.
that thing
You
you
may.
just did? Tap 1 or 2 target creatures with moral controls. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Stun. You are stunned. You are stunned for
And then
a
I
turn.
cast a blue spell, so I will also tap. Well, it doesn't pay to tap his stuff because it will just untap, so I may as well tap this.
Why?
I just
That
can't.
doesn't-
I can't target. I can target his stuff, but it makes no difference because on my upkeep it will just, or my untap it just untaps anyway.
Yeah, but it doesn't make a difference on me.
But it means he can attack
I'm gonna
you.
pass to
He's-
Chris's turn.
Alex, shush. Alex,
And
shush.
I will scry 2 and draw a card.
You paid the one for the.
I paid
the
1 for both of them.
Okay.
Alex, shush. But our ring can untap, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah, no, I stumbled into analyze the pollen, collect evidence 8, and I'm just like, oh, that'd actually be really easy to do in this deck.
Interesting. Untap. this could be cool. Land for the turn will be
Stun counters is the next
Plains.
time it would be untapped.
You don't untap it, but you remove a stun counter.
Yep. It's
Got
a
it.
replacement.
Yep.
Oh, he's a tuckered out little guy.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Fucking do it. I'm
2,
yawning.
3,
Getting sleepy over
4, 5, 6. I will cast Cop Show Kite Fins.
2.
It's a 3/3 flyer. Flying fish. Whenever Capsule Kite Fins or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature and opponent controls. I cast a blue spell, I will tap your Muse. When I tap creature, I will pay 1. I will generate another elemental. When a creature comes into play, I'll tap creature and opponent controls. Tap one of your things.
Why?
You still have this initial one to do as well.
Oh yeah, and so tap that with the ETB, and then when this elemental comes in, tap your third thing.
I got you, fam.
I think he's just trying to kill me because he's mean.
He's trying to kill us because we're playing a game.
I believe I have to pay 1 extra. Nope,
He
I
says
don't.
it's not personal, but it always
Nope,
is.
I've only had 1 effect. Tap.
I mean, each week he only ever kills the same 3 or 4 people.
Or the same one.
It's Teach.
It's me.
It's that
Okay.
guy.
To generate another one of these. And then the third trigger, I'll generate another elemental.
It's a fucking elemental pile. Elementals.
3, 4, 5.
What the shit?
Then I will cast Don't Move. Destroy all tapped creatures.
Boy, I put that
In response.
Yeah, save tap creatures.
No,
Save tapped creatures.
can't do that.
Teach is protesting. Save tapped creatures.
There's more. The rest,
Tap,
of, the, rest
tap
of the spell
creatures
is
are indestructible. Untapped creatures are not indestructible.
until your next turn. Whenever a creature becomes tapped, destroy it. So I'm not attacking on this turn.
I will
I'm
kill
gonna pay
you.
2 to cast Ripples of Potential. I proliferate, then choose any number of permanents I control that had a counter put on them this way. Those permanents phase out. I will
wait.
proliferate,
I mean, you
The
could be a
counter
dick and
which-
proliferate, but I think I suppose.
which doesn't get me anything.
Proliferate his stun counter, so not only does it phase out, it doesn't untap for 2.
No, I
will
think
you be
only
paying
his
the
shit
1?
phases
So
out.
that's percent.
Yes.
Because I run that in this deck.
No, I was looking for a copy of that card for a deck that I built
Has any red
just recently.
counters?
Yeah, no red counters over here.
I will proliferate the stun counter. It will not.
On the incubation druid?
Yeah, and my evolution witness will phase out.
Got him.
Hold on. For the camera. For stats.
Yep, for stats. And don't forget Fraying Sanity as those creatures die.
Yeah, so this will actually go into his
Shit
graveyard.
player,
So.
Mills, X, where X number of cards put in there. Yeah, fuck you. Alright.
Yeah, fuck.
Then I will untap an artifact and a land with Teferi.
Yeah. Plans. I have
So
plans
did I.
and stuff.
I don't have plans, I just have a lot of
Just need
spells.
to stop Chris.
That's turn.
2 power. End step, you will mill 3.
Yeah. At the beginning of your end step.
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine own end step?
Correct. I have to mill 3.
Yes.
I will mill Forest. I will mill a Rapid Hybridization. And a
One of the-
Semi-Growth Chamber.
One of the main aspects of how I constructed this deck was blinking creatures that
ETB tapped.
and stun things.
Yeah.
And I have not
Is
drawn a single
that
one yet this
worth
game,
it?
and I have 8 or 9 of them in this deck.
Nice. You did take 2 when I calibrated blasted you, right?
I did not. I thought Tej did. Maybe
No.
he didn't. Did
No.
you not get? I took 2 damage from his calibrated blast.
No, I don't think it was true.
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Sorry.
Sorry, I just realized that I don't think you ever took it.
Okay.
I was disappointed it was only 2. It still counts.
That. I don't think you're worth it yet. So.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yes. Pass. Untap. Upkeep. Nothing during upkeep. Nothing during draw except drawing this guy.
Correct.
Nothing during pre-combat main phase.
Correct.
You did it. You're back to a normal turn.
Correct.
This is unacceptable.
I know, right? There's not enough triggers.
I don't like what's happening.
I'm triggered with the lack of triggers.
More.
Do you run Court Street Denizen in your tap deck?
I could not tell you what magic
7,
cards are.
you wouldn't do me any good if I played Tanazir right now. So I think
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
can't even play you. So quite honestly,
It does this same thing, except it's a 3-drop, like Soldier.
Oh, then no.
When a white creature comes into play, you can tap a creature and opponent controls, and those are white and blue, so you can generate it, pay the 1, tap another thing. As long as you have mana, you just machine gun things down.
Yeah, that's...
land for turn is Scavenger Grounds, and quite honestly, I think.
I win. Here it comes.
I mean, yeah, alright.
Trust me.
Not Tej wins.
I don't have to
I'm
generate...
gonna sandbag a little bit since Chris called me out. I'm gonna win. Nope, pass turn.
or nothing.
Or nothing.
Untap. This comes back into existence. That's not what I wanted.
Ancient step. That didn't happen.
I will play this island. I will cast a Soul Ring.
Get on the soul train.
Ring is my butthole.
Please seek medical help. I'll pay 4 for a Nightkin Ambusher. 4/4, Ward 2. When it ETBs, target player gets 4 rad counters. And the Ambusher cannot be blocked as long as the defending player has a rad counter. Chris will get 4 rad counters.
Hell yeah.
I don't get it, but alright. I don't see it.
And then I will pay
Oh god. We're going big.
6 to cast the Wise Mothman. We will each get a rad counter.
I am up to 5 radical counters.
I have 1.
3 radicals.
I won!
I will enter combat. I will leave combat. I'll pass the turn.
Untap.
Right, Chanel. You know what I don't want to see?
Upkeep.
If you're bored, I will be happy.
Draw.
Is it wieners?
Mill 1.
Always happy to see leaders.
It is a non-land, so I will take 1.
I will put a
That's
counter.
when I know I'm in the right path.
On Evolution Witness, I will return the Master Transcendent to my hand.
Okay.
How did you put more counters on it? What triggered it?
He milled a non-land card, Mothman.
Mothman.
Yep,
So,
okay. Got it.
I'm gonna pay 7 and recast Niv-Mizzet Reborn.
I have no more permanents in my graveyard.
Niv-Mizzet.
When I cast it, Tome of the Guild Pack, I draw a card. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we got. Gruul, Orzhov, Garbage, Demir, Selesnya, another Demir, Garbage. The Orzhov we will be taking.
Shit.
I don't have enough to cast it yet.
Yeah.
1 turn.
No, it's this turn. I haven't played a land yet. Azorius and Gruul.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
Choices must be made.
So saith the Bay. For my Dimir choice, I'll take Dispersal.
You fucking idiot.
Does Teferi have what does his alt do?
You get an emblem with untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step, and you draw a card during each opponent's draw step.
What is he alt at?
7.
Okay.
In this house, we call them limit breaks.
Okay.
Right, Chris?
Yep.
Are you able to kill Teferi before you kill everything else on the board?
No. So, I'm getting Disposal, Deploy, Discover Dispersal, Armed and Dangerous, Flower and Flourish, and Merciless Eviction. So, Niv-Mizzet just came into play. So he's useless to me. Island will be my land for the turn.
Alright, Merciless Eviction.
Merciless Eviction will be my spell for the turn.
Will you pay the 1 to Esper Sentinel?
I will not. When I cast it, I draw a card off of my Tome of the Guild Pact. And then I will exile all creatures.
Hell yeah. Chris' response?
Can't do anything about that.
I can, but won't.
I got no responses.
Okay.
Wait. When do these come back? Yeah. Okay. We got it. Got me good.
I got us good. It's our game. Then I will pass it to our opponent. Niv-Mizzet's gonna cost me 9 to bring back now.
Teferi's a problem.
I know, but I couldn't swing with my Summon Sicked.
Draw for the turn.
Teach get him.
I'm working on it. I have plans. They're slow, but they're there.
Like me.
So far, so good.
Going to pay 4 mana.
Did you mill for your rad?
Oh, no.
You have 5 rad counters?
Yep.
Yes.
I do that before I draw?
No, it's after you draw.
Oh.
Hallowed Fountain, Scroll of Sealdoer, Slip Out the Back, Brago, Scholar of New Horizons.
So that's 4 non-lands?
Yes.
So you lose,
Oh yeah, I milled
lose
Warrant.
4 life and...
1 red left.
Yeah.
Warrant and Warden. I did
Okay.
do the reds.
I'll pay 4 mana and activate Karn's Bastion. I will proliferate. I'll put Teferi up to 7.
He's doing that.
And then I will activate Teferi.
What does his ultimate do again?
You get an emblem with untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step, and you draw a card during each opponent's draw step.
Goofed.
Disgusting.
I'm just going to leave this here so I remember, though, because I will forget.
Disgusting. I don't like it. Not one bit.
Cast her twice, so she would cost 8 mana.
Four, 5, 6, 7.
Land for the turn will be of no. It'll be a Nesting Grounds.
Okay.
And I will recast her.
Yes.
7, 8. And I will move to equip. Pass turn.
End of your
Sorry.
turn.
End of my turn. I have to discard down.
Okay.
Sorry.
End of your turn, I will cast Noxious Revival to put a card from my graveyard on top of my library.
How many cards are in your hand, Chris?
Too many?
So many.
6.
We'll target Incubation Druid to go on top of my library. Untap.
I will also untap.
Draw for turn. Incubation Druid. Pre-combat main phase. Mill 1. Branching Evolution. So I lose 1 but lose a rad?
Yep.
Okay.
And I have to draw 2.
Sanity count 1.
Sanity count 1. Have not forgotten sanity count. Land for turn will be... Field of Ruin.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
Doesn't sound fun.
Field of Ruin, I can tap for colors, or I can pay 2 and tap it to sacrifice it. Destroy a non-basic land an opponent controls. Each player searches their library for a basic land and puts it on the battlefield. So it's fine. Everyone's going to get something. Nothing awful will happen.
No downside.
0 downside. Don't know why this card is not banned.
It's a dumb land that you have to lose
You're a
to
dumb land.
use. I can't dispute those charges.
I will cast that Incubation Druid.
But I inverted that one.
It's back. 1, 2, 3, 6. 3, 6. Yeah, checks out. I will move to my end step. I will mill 1 from Fraying Sanity. Retreat to Coral Helm.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to cast Destroy Evil targeting the Simic Ascendancy.
Hold on.
Right. Are you doing that before or after the Fraying Sanity resolves?
When it triggers. I'm responding to that trigger.
Oh, okay.
So he would mill 2 cards. Assuming he doesn't stop that somehow.
Oh my god, I'm going to.
Shut up. Listen.
Oh my god.
Shut up. You're going to have to fucking deal with it because you did this to my thing. Okay.
I deserve that.
What did you do?
He destroys
Cast
it.
Destroy Evil. Destroy target enchantment.
Destroy evil. And the evil is Simic Ascendancy. That's
Yes.
the evil.
Yes.
That's the evil.
Yes.
I'll kill you. It's not evil. It's an
It is.
ascendancy.
No, it
It's going to heaven.
it makes you win the
Shut
game.
up. It doesn't. Shut up.
Gets me all up.
1, 2,
Alex, cards in hand?
3. In response to Chris targeting evil,
Jesus.
I'm gonna cast more spells, making my sanity count higher.
I'm going to activate Simic Ascendancy to put a +1/+1 counter on my Incubation Druid.
Okay.
With Hardened Scales, that's going to be 2 counters.
Solid.
Don't forget the growth counter on Simic Ascendancy.
Correct. 1 growth counter on Simic Ascendancy. Henceforth will be denoted by this middle finger. Alright. Simic Ascendancy is destroyed.
Yes. So and you'll mill 1 more card.
I will mill 1 more card.
Becca made me make sure all the paper toweling was refilled before EDH started.
Yeah, I understand. Not offended.
As you
I get it.
As you bump your water bottle,
I get it.
I feel like I should point that out.
Yeah, but
the
there's
cap
no
is
cap
on.
on it.
The cap is on.
I don't need to activate my ninja reflexes.
We just need to find wine bottles that have sippy cup lids, and then
Done.
you're fucking golden.
Pass turn.
Okay.
Alex, you missed it. I'm a fucking ninja.
He could only spill half a glass of wine by knocking it over. It was very impressive.
But I catch the other half like
Yeah.
a goddamn
I
god.
mill a Conduit of Worlds.
What are you doing?
I'm damaging myself.
He's rad.
Alright.
It didn't do it.
No, damage plus damage.
Untapped and drew.
Yeah.
Why? Do you have
He
my
has,
Seaboard Muse?
he has an emblem.
No, he
Where's
has
my
no
Seaboard Muse?
in your graveyard.
Okay.
No, it got No, it
No,
didn't
it's
in your
there. I
graveyard,
can
yeah.
see it. I was doing a joke.
No, it's there. Ah.
I will play this Temple of Malady. Scry. I don't care about you.
Wow.
That card don't help me.
For the viewers at home, that card had a picture of my face on it. And it was very hurtful. It's me, Chris. No one cares about me, Chris.
I care about you.
Don't pay 8 to cast the
I care about you
Mothman.
getting enough
Yeah.
sleep at
Again?
night. I'm trying to get us all home.
Yeah.
Who needs sleep?
Mothman's back for the 3rd time.
Yep, you got it, bud.
We all get a rad counter.
Ooh.
2 red counters.
1 red counter.
Un red counter.
2.
You keep bumping it to 2 every time. you
Shut up.
say it.
I'll kill you.
And I will pass the turn. I remember when I
Untap.
tap on other people's turns.
Oh, hold on a sec. At the end of his turn, I'll proliferate your guys' red counters.
Oh, joyous.
Wow.
Oh, joyous day. So,
What about my incubation druid?
untap, upkeep,
Not so much.
draw, red counter the first, I lose a life, it goes away. Red counter the second, I lose a life, it goes away.
So you're losing 2 total?
Yes. Chris, cards in hand.
A lot.
8.
Teach cards in hand.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Alex, 3. 3, yeah. Okay. I have
Are we wheeling?
no, but I have a plan.
Can you say it like Chris Farley?
I've got a plan.
Trust in the plan.
Okay, we are going to blue and 1. For whatever that was. Nope, we have mana set aside in the right orders. We are going to discovery. I'm going to discovery, and fuck what you gotta do. Surveil 2. To surveil, look at the top 2 cards. You may put any number of them in my graveyard. The rest on the top of my library in any order. Then I will draw a card.
It's not milling.
It's not. We're gonna put those there.
Ugh.
Draw that. Nexticles. We will. Sorry, I have.
Chesticles.
Okay. I should do my land for the turn before I forget.
No.
It's important.
I know, that's why you should just get going.
Does anyone have any really cool lands?
No.
I mean,
There's a
Field
field
of
of
Ruin?
ruin.
Scavenger Grounds?
No.
the Minas Tirith is pretty cool.
If you're gonna
Karn's
fuck me, get rid of
Bastion.
my graveyard.
Vesuva will be a mountain.
Suvans are tapped.
Oh.
What? Damn it.
You my dick.
What?
Enters tapped as a copy of any land on the battlefield. Shit! Does anyone have a shock land, and can shock lands untap Vesuva then?
No, I don't have any shock lands.
I do not.
Damn it.
I don't.
I would honestly do Minas Tirith. I'm not gonna lie.
It doesn't matter. I can't do what I wanted to do anymore.
That's right.
Vesuva is going to be... Does anyone have anything that taps for everything?
There's a Karn's Bastion.
Fucking Karn's Bastion. Karn's Bastion. I don't even care.
Got him.
I'm
Oh,
so
God, it's
upset.
on tilt
I'm
now.
so
That's
upset.
Good.
I'm so upset.
Reading the card explains the card.
Nope. Riddle of Lightning. Targeting Chris. Choose target, creature, or player. I'm going to scry 3, then reveal the top card of my library. Riddle of Lightning will deal damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to that creature or player.
I have response.
Okay.
Lazotep plating. I have hexproof.
Okay.
Nice.
In response,
That's not English.
I'm going to Calibrated Blast. Chris.
It's flashback.
Reveal cards from the top of my library until you reveal a non-land card. Put the reveal card on the bottom of the library. Chris will take how much?
Oh, we're responding.
Yep. Chris will take 5.
Crap. It's the total of both halves.
Yeah.
Gross.
Everywhere but on the stack. So, now this will resolve. I will still scry 3, but then
You just don't
I
take
can't
damage.
Hex you.
Whoa.
Doesn't
No.
it fizzle?
Let me see that thing. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
it might fizzle. Target player.
Yes. Who
Yep,
now has
that's the
hexproof?
only target that has hex.
Okay.
So you get nothing.
Okay. Sorry. Can't I have nice things?
The answer is no.
Okay.
Except life total, so your life total is nice.
Yeah. Tome of the Guild Pack, tap for green. I'm going to flower, search my library for basic forest or plains. When I cast a multicolored spell, I get to draw a card.
Got it.
This will go into my hand.
Hi.
I'm going to draw a forest. I've already played my land for the turn.
You gonna make it?
We'll see.
Cut me.
Here you go, sir.
Go ahead. Tried all my best.
Um,
My best is an idiot.
I guess for free at the end of your turn, I can proliferate my 1/1 counter on my army. No thanks.
Would you like to proliferate anything else?
I've got rad counters.
Oh yeah, and your red counter. I thought they got.
Other people have red counters.
I don't.
He does not.
I got
It's
rid
just
of mine
you.
and took my
Alex
damage.
has red counters?
Yeah,
Sure, both
you
your
did
red
his own.
counters.
Alright.
Draw.
Calibrated blast. Not doing
You've
it.
drawn. Now
Calibrated
you must
ass.
mill.
Well, because if I could scry 3 and
Land.
stack the deck.
2 lands.
All right, so you don't lose life and they stay.
Got it.
Nothing else happens. Nothing ever happens.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll cast Grappling Kraken.
What do?
It's 5/6 with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Land for the turn will be Obscura Storefront. When it enters, we'll tap your Mothman and put a stun counter on it.
All right. That Kraken has to go away, otherwise Chris will just stall us all over the game.
And then I'll go grab another land.
I don't have a creature-based deck, but I also don't have a win con.
Your deck should probably have a win con.
You don't know that I don't have a win con.
When the
Just
island,
know that I said I don't have a wing counter.
when the island enters, I'll tap your Incubation Druid with a stun counter.
With a sun counter?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will pay.
Change your field of move, right? Yeah.
I will pay 2 mana. Generate 2 elemental things. Where did I stick your token place?
I have 1 left over here. I gave you 1 of my 2.
Yep. I'll find it.
Check the back sides.
Yep, there it is.
Called it.
Alright.
Tej is the one guy with land destruction. I'd recommend probably blowing up the Karn's Bastion.
If I were to blow up the Karn's Bastion, I would be short a mana. And that wouldn't be good for any of us.
And he needs a mana to win on his next turn.
Correct. That was a bluff, not one.
Leave me alone, I'm trying.
Teleportation circle.
What's that do?
Flicker.
At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature controlled and return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control.
Okay.
Move to combat. Schnell, 3, commander in the air.
Ah. Down to 26.
And my turn.
Untap. Nope. Stun counter. Untap everything else. Draw for turn. Pre-main combat, mill 3. Forgotten Ancient. Herald of Secret Streams.
You have 1, so
Terramorphic Expanse.
so you lose
Sanity.
2 non-lands.
Yep. So you lose 2 life and lose 2 red counters.
Down to 1 red counter.
Sanity count 3.
Sanity
Sanity
count
count
3.
What a silly game.
Drew for turn. I am going to 1, 2, 3.
How have I not seen any of these creatures yet? This is ridiculous.
I'm going to cast Freed from the Real, targeting Incubation Druid.
Oh.
Responses.
I pass priority.
Do you go infinite mana with that?
I might.
If he gets another counter on it, he would go plus.
I don't
mana
need another
otherwise.
counter on it. I need a counter on it.
Oh, I
This
thought it was
current-
3.
Nope.
Oh,
It-
okay.
Adapt
You're right.
puts 3 on it.
You're right. You're right.
Alex, no responses.
Nope,
I'm
that's
tapped
priority.
out, no responses.
I should have sequenced my turns better, but here we are.
We'll let the man with all the
Yeah.
mana and all the cards in hand do something.
My hand is junk.
Okay.
Let me see if I can do something.
You have to tap an untapped scry and draw. And it has to be an opponent's creature. You've tapped all your options.
I will respond
Go
by
on.
giving
Oh God.
my Kraken protection from blue until end of turn.
Why
and
don't
draw a
you
card.
give his
Okay.
thing protection from blue so he can't?
It's target creature you control.
Oh.
I was about to say, Schnell, shut up.
Yeah, no, I'm.
No, all
Draw a
right.
card.
All right.
And that doesn't help me.
All right. Freed from real on Incubation Druid. I can pay a blue to untap Incubation Druid. Now I have infinite mana. I can tap Incubation Druid for 3 blue, use 1 to activate Free from real to untap it. Once I have infinite blue, I can switch that to mana to green mana, so I have infinite mana. With that infinite mana, I can cast Blue Sun Zenith, X equaling the amount of cards in my library, and not a card more.
And then he plays Thassa's Oracle and wins.
Not Thassa's Oracle, but I do have this get shuffled in. I do have things to do with infinite mana.
Dang it.
I just need to.
I screwed up by not
Find-
proliferating the stone counter on it.
If I can draw cards.
Well, that wouldn't have mattered.
No, because you would have run out of resources to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just find a legitimate way to do this. With infinite mana. Oh, here we go. Okay. Infinite mana will get me.
It's infinite combos.
I know.
Regrowth. Putting the. Unbound Flourishing into my hand. Cast Unbound Flourishing.
Unbound Flourishing.
That's the one. I can cast Drown in Dreams, targeting Alex, to draw X cards, which is the cards in your library. Unbound Flourishing lets me copy it, targeting Schnell.
For how much?
Whatever cards in your library.
Only the exact amount of my library?
Let's say 100 cards each.
Okay.
Cast or dead.
Then
Just double checking I don't have. Nope, it's not in my graveyard. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I just need 1 card that will let me draw a card, which would be the Blue Sun Zenith. I can cast Hydroid Krasis, which will draw me 1 card to cast Blue Sun Zenith to target Chris to draw out his entire library, and then pass the turn. My MVP of this game was Schnell's Memory, which allowed me to shuffle my graveyard into my library and draw 7 cards. Freed from the Real was in my graveyard, and it was one of the 7 that I drew. So at that point, I just needed something that would allow me to tap for more than 1 mana of any color. And from there, I just had to bide my time until I was able to play the Freed from Memory out and then combo out for the win. And I comboed that with Incubation Druid, which Chris questioned at some point that it needed 3 +1/+1 counters, but it doesn't. It has Adapt 3, so I can pay the Adapt cost and put 3 counters on it, but it only needs 1 +1/+1 counter on it to tap for 3 mana. So as soon as I put the 1 +1/+1 counter on it, the Incubation Druid was able to tap for 2 blue each turn. I can use 1 blue to untap it with Freed from the Real, generate infinite blue, then switch over to green, generate infinite green, and now I have infinite mana of either blue or green, which I needed to close out the game. And I closed out the game by recurring the Unbound Flourishing, which allowed me to cast the Dreams card, which hit 2 of my opponents, and then I had the Blue Sun Zenith, which I drew my entire library, just my entire library. I made sure to clarify that I'm drawing X's, however many cards are in my library. Put the Blue Sun Zenith back on top of my library, so that's the only card in my library, and from then I just need to draw 1 card to take out the 3rd player. So Schnell was instrumental in my victory. I just needed to play my cards correctly. I had a really great time with this deck tonight. Tanazir Quandrix I built because Schnell and Chris and Nelson each built Simic gimmick decks, and I wanted to build a Simic gimmick deck, but the only Simic dragon is Tanazir Quandrix. So the gimmick ended up being a super boring infinite mana combo, but I wanted to stick with the +1/+1 counter theme. There's all sorts of things you can do with infinite mana, especially in blue and green, but I wanted to limit my options to things that utilize +1/+1 counters, and that's what happened here tonight. Putting the +1/+1 counter on the Incubation Druid allowed me to get the infinite mana, which I needed to close out the game. So it was a great game overall. Chris came out tonight with a Hylda deck. Chris and Schnell both built Hylda decks, demonstrating that players can see a commander and they both want to build it, but they can both build it in different directions, and they kind of did. Schnell came out with his Hylda deck with a tap theme, and he really leaned heavily into that tap theme. Chris was able to tap some things, but that wasn't what he was going for with his game, so it was fun to see the build from two different players, two different mindsets approaching one commander. Always fun to see. Schnell, who is your commander? I'm sorry.
Niv-Mizzet Reborn.
Oh yeah, Niv-Mizzet Reborn. I was excited to see that deck because, like I said at the top of the game, Niv-Mizzet Reborn was a deck that I've had my eye on since its release. Like I said, I heard a podcast once. I don't remember what podcast it was, so if you are the podcast and you hear us, shout us out so we can give you some credit. But the idea behind the deck that I've been toying around with is Niv-Mizzet is the infamous Izzet guild leader, blue-red, but this, I believe, was the first 5-color Niv-Mizzet card. There are like 2 or 3 of them now, but the first one. And the deck idea was no red or blue cards in the deck beyond Niv-Mizzet. Just a janky deck. And I honestly try to build janky decks, but I want the janky decks that I build to be something that I enjoy playing, and no iteration of this deck seemed fun to me, so I've never put it down on paper. But even most recently, whatever was before Tarkir, I was looking at cards going into Scryfall, looking at everything that's 2 colors, black-green, green-white, white-black, and trying to build a deck. And I did try to make a list of this card, honestly, very recently, and it's almost at a point where I want to try playing it, but it's not at a point where I want to try building it, because there's a lot of cards that I would play that I would have to spend money on, and I'd rather spend my money on things that I know I want to play, as opposed to spending my money on things that might be fun, but I don't know. So it's just a me thing. But I was really happy with what he said. When Schnell started this game, he said there were 100 spells in the deck, and I thought where he was going with that was there are no land cards in the deck, no base land cards. Like every land that he's going to have is going to have an MDFC where it's a non-land on the front face, and then I was anticipating some sort of Goblin Charbelcher or whatever it was called in the deck. I know he's got another deck like that, so I thought maybe he just built a second one, because Schnell sometimes likes to double up on things just to see what commander will fit his goofy plans the most. So that's what I was anticipating going into this game, but then he started playing lands. But then I noticed immediately when he was filling his graveyard, all the the split cards where he can cast things from his graveyard And then I thought, oh, that's what he's doing. And his 100 spells, he's counting his split cards as one spell, or as 2 spells each. Super creative. I loved it. What a great deck. Chris playing Hylda. We played another deck recently, another Schnell deck that was also Hylda. I like seeing the same commander being piloted by 2 different people because between the 4 of us, or 5 of us if we're including our special guest Alex, who has a Mirim deck, I have a Mirim deck, Chris has a Mirim deck or had a Mirim deck. It's just 3 different people seeing one card and building around it in completely different ways, and that's always fun for me. So seeing a Schnell Hylda deck compared to a Chris Hylda deck, 2 completely different decks, just a blast. Seeing them back to back like that, what a great time. And special guest Alex came to the table with a Mothman deck. Another example of Alex has a Mothman deck and Nelson has a Mothman deck. And different decks. I mean, they're both going for the mill theme because Mothman says, hey, make everyone mill cards. But a lot of different cards. I saw a lot of things in Alex's deck that I didn't see in Nelson's deck. There are a lot of things in Nelson's deck that I don't see in Alex's. So again, it's just the variety that Magic can bring to the table of one commander, 2 different people looking at it and building it their own way. It's just different games all around. So this was a very fun game for me to watch with the 2 different Hylda decks, the 2 different Mothman decks, and then kind of related the Niv-Mizzet deck and the deck that I have heard of but haven't built yet. So all around, what a fun game it was for me. It was real back and forth. There were a lot of times in the game where I thought I was going to get taken out because the fun thing about my deck is there's a couple different combo routes that I can take, but the deck doesn't hinge on combo. There's also an aggro strategy. If I can play Tanazir and stick it and put enough counters on Tanazir where Tanazir will change the base power and toughness of my creatures to whatever Tanazir's current power and toughness is. There's an aggro aspect, and early game I was prepared to go aggro with everything before my board got wiped the first time. So overall, it was a really fun game, and it was challenging because I needed to change my plan on a whim just based on what everyone else was playing. But at no point in the game did I feel like I was out, or that I was out in the sense where there was nothing I could do. It was more like, all right, my plan A got foiled, let's go to plan B. B got foiled, let's go to C. C got foiled, but memory came into play, let's go back to B, because I feel like I can pull B off now, and plan B was eventually what got me the win. So yeah, it was a great game. I had a blast, not simply because I won, just the back and forth overall. Tanazir performed, I feel like, better tonight than it has in the past, but if I'm being honest, every time I've played the Tanazir deck, I've had fun. It just really went off tonight, and I'm super happy with how this evening went.
Tonight I brought the Wise Mothman milling / +1/+1 counters back for its second appearance on this show. And I had what I would call a very strong start right out of the gate of getting Brewvac and a Mind Crank out. Along with Mothman, I was able to hit people with a mill hard and early, quite quickly. Even if Mind Crank didn't last that long, Brewvac sat there for a while, and with a combination of that, Mothman, and the Rad Roach did a little bit of okay damage, did decent mill, and then Schnell wiped the board the first time, which it was fair at that point. Stuff had to go. myself and a few others were amassing board state. However, after that, it took me a little bit to start to get a bit of a board presence going, and my mill capabilities slowed down a bit as Mothman died a few more times. A couple more board wipes from Schnell, and at that point, I was never really able to really get a good presence back on the board with any of my creatures. Sadly, I think the main drawback was I wasn't hitting any of my extra card draw or any decent way to take the best advantage out of anything in my opponent's graveyards. The only best card draw I had was Schnell's Memory, unfortunately, and it didn't quite get me back to a position where I thought I could really take it back. The Niv-Mizzet 100 spells did a good job of just, I don't like how this is going, I'm going to clear it out, and we saw a wide variety of the various 2-color spells that were played to, I think, fairly decent effect. Chris, what was your commander's name again?
Hylda.
Hylda was also a heavy hitter with some early tap downs and taking advantage of the tapping similar to Schnell's Hylda to generate generate tokens, some good card advantage. But I did see that he was going for more of a blink effect and more stun counters, which we saw some of the blinking, we saw some of the stun counters later on, though I definitely feel like there was probably more I just didn't see through that game. And yeah, Tej was playing +1/+1 counters, and I thought I had him going pretty good with a lot of the milling, even after the memory. I was not expecting the infinite combo to come when it did, and sadly had nothing to do to stop it. But overall, the game, I had fun, even if it wasn't the best showing of the Mothman compared to his first appearance. I definitely plan on bringing him back again, maybe tweaking him a little bit with any new cards to come in the last few sets. We'll just have to take a look and see.
I felt tonight's game was a pretty solid microcosm of things that we have learned, through all of our games that we play together. Alex with the Mothman, he only has switched out a few cards from the precon, and yet it held its own against, a couple really tuned decks in the pod tonight. These precons, we've hashed this over and over again. They're really, really, really good, and he definitely came out of the gates as a very fast, very early threat. That between a couple tap effects and some timely board wipes is the only thing that reined him in early. Another thing that we can take away from this game is Schnell's deck with all of these split cards and aftermath spells. We've seen in other games where modal spells, when you have a bunch of them in your hand, they kind of are better than they're more than the sum of their parts. Just even if each effect isn't necessarily mana efficient or like a world breaking effect, just having access to all of these modal spells kind of gives you some interaction with whatever's going on. And his deck played that role to a T. Regardless of what was going on, he seemed to always kind of have something to do, some bearing on what was going on. And for a deck that he, admittedly just didn't have much in the way of hopes for, he hung around for a long swath of that game. Another takeaway from tonight is that Tej can absolutely win out of nowhere, and that it's good to get reminders like this every once in a while why we punt him around even when his board state doesn't look great. I think on his winning turn, his only non-land permanents were the Incubator Druid and Hardened Scales. He comboed the three of us out from that board state. It's just good. Maybe you've only seen games where they're picking on Tej. Why do they do that? Games like this are why we pick on Tej. Nobody else in our pod is capable of lines of play. Well, maybe Schnell is. Nelson and I, I'm fairly confident, are not capable pulling out wins from that small of a board state. It was really, really cool to see. But it's just, he's a great player, and that is how he constructs his decks. And while I feel bad in the moment, yep, it's you can't ever trust Teej when he says, "Come on, I got nothing going on. Don't hit me. Like, don't you feel bad?" And then you know, he is the call an ambulance, but not for me meme in EDH form. So you either have to be the bully and like put the puppy down, or like you let it bite you and it has rabies and you're dead. Like, there's just, you have to do one or the other. As far as my Hylda deck tonight, I was pretty happy with a few of the turns, some of the lines of play that were in there, but I do see some clear changes I can make to it. I kind of pulled myself into too many directions with this list. I wanted to focus more on stun counters and proliferate, be choosy about what I tap, but then keep those things locked down long term. And I was either getting the stun counters or the proliferate. I wasn't seeing both. A lot of my means for stun counters were creatures that ETB, stun something, and then a handful of blink effects that each turn just keep doing that. Tap more things down, maybe put additional stun counters on things. I just wasn't getting a lot of like those to synergize. I think I need to streamline this list a little bit more before I bring it back. But there were things that I did enjoy, like, I forgot the name of the fish. There was a fish from M15, a blue one, that when a creature would come into play, you can tap something down. And as long as I had mana available for Hylda's ability, I could just chain and tap down the board. That's something that this deck can do repeatedly unless interacted with, and there is some redundancy for that line of play in there. There are things like that I would like to like build on, but yeah, this deck definitely needs some fine tuning before it gets to see the light of day again.
So this deck started because I was sorting Ravnica block and went, I never play the split cards. What if I played almost every split card? I limited myself as I was kind of fine-tuning and dialing stuff in a little bit to, I want 100 spells. I want an arbitrary restriction on a stupid deck that I do what I normally do, where I trust the wizard's design space that they create to do all of my work for me, and then I just throw in a few weird interaction cards that, like Teej points out, that he wouldn't have thought of, or no one else at the table would go, oh, maybe all of these weird expensive things, expensive mana cost wise, budget wise, other than some of the lands, this deck is one of the cheapest things I've ever thrown together. Just terrible value financially across the board. But there was enough interaction. There was enough responses here and there. It's a Spellslinger deck that relies on getting my commander out to refill my hand after I've ramped as much as I can, start casting stuff, interacting, messing with stuff. Commit to Memory is I believe the only mono-colored split card I put in there, just because it's great interaction, and then it resets because I'm going to be filling my graveyard with a ton of stuff that I'm only taking advantage of half of. So by resetting the game at that point, I get full advantage of all my cards, and I can start, I can build a board state and then start to take advantage of all the cards either in my hand or that I've put in my graveyard from that point on. So Alex got off to a very aggressive start, and I was on the back foot because of that. So I had to use some of my interaction early that, as I pointed out, I've been getting better at sitting back and waiting
for maybe my opponents to get rid of the problem cards. With the amount I was milling and losing already, I had to act quickly, so I had to use Wear and Tear right away. I had to board wipe right away with Merciless Eviction, not only to deal with Alex, but also Tej's board state was getting out of hand for the amount of ramp and mana he was producing. Chris's Hylda deck, I felt like it was a slow roll, a slow burn, but once it got to the end, it felt like he was just going to lock out everyone and everything, and I was looking for outs that were non-creature based. Thankfully, the deck is not creature based, so I had additional ways and means of trying, but then Tej did a Simic gimmick and went ahead and just knocked us all out. So I was confident that assuming Chris couldn't give himself hexproof another time, I could take him out on my turn, but unfortunately we did not get to that turn. So overall, interesting game, lots of back and forth, and I don't even though I lost and I didn't even sleeve up my deck, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna tweak it maybe a little bit, and we'll see this one again pretty soon because Nelson hasn't seen it yet. And I previewed it for him early this week by just showing him a stack of shitty split cards. So if you want to see it again or see anything else we've got going on or coming up or wherever, like and subscribe to keep track. And thank you so much for watching.